Welcome back to Afternoon Express this gorgeous Friday afternoon. Now, singer and philanthropist Siphokazi Mohapi burst into the music scene with her hit song Amakhala, which soon made her a favorite in the Afro-pop genre. But the thing that really made South Africans fall so deeply in love with Siphokazi was her humility and how proud she was about her Eastern Cape upbringing. Siphokazi now owns her own record label, but let's backtrack to where it all started with her most popular song to date, Amakhala. Wow, you're just so beautiful. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm grateful to be here.
Oh, we're very, very happy to have you here. What is this song about, and what was happening in your life around the time that you wrote it?
The song is a revolutionary song.
Yeah.
It was written by Bongani Kwanyana, who comes from Bambata.
Yeah.
And at that time, I had just signed a record deal with Native Rhythms,
yeah.
Who had a joint venture with EMI. At that time, I knew nothing about marriage. I was just fresh from school and from doing backing vocals for other artists, and yeah. I got a deal to be an independent artist.
Yeah, but was this song quite controversial at the time when it came out?
Yeah, I didn't understand, and I thought I was calling some things onto my life.
Really?
Yeah, because it was something that I had never experienced.
Yeah.
But eventually I put my feet in the shoes to say that there are women where I come from. There are women who are abused. They yeah. believe that love for them is to be beaten up and to be abused.
Yeah.
So I thought, why not put myself in their shoes and be that woman who says, wow. yeah, no to abuse of women and children.
Yeah, such an important message for that time. Did you receive any backlash at that time, especially from like male fans?
Not really. Male fans really love this song.
Good.
It's amazing.
I think they loved you though as well.
Yeah, they really loved it.
Good. You know, I think it's so funny because, you know, we were talking about our previous guest and she's the ambassador for Japan, and she started off so much, but actually your musical career started in Japan as well.
Yes, my former lecturer had a cultural exchange with Japan.
Yeah.
And my first time on the plane, first time on a bigger stage.
Amazing.
And yeah, he invited me with a 4-piece band. Then yeah, that's how I went to Japan.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Let's go even before that. Where did your love affair with music begin?
Oh, I was very young. I think I was about 7 years old.
Yeah.
At home used to come different pastors because the church, the church house was very small. So yeah. They used to be accommodated at home. I grew up singing. Since then, I was singing at church. My school was not far from home. That's yeah. where I started singing by making noise in the class. When the teacher was not there, I would just put my own choir together. That's when I would start teaching them songs. And my punishment was to sing at the assembly before we started classes, yeah. which was good training for me.
Exactly. Yeah. That's so beautiful. And then when did you get discovered after that?
There were gospel groups that I joined in the community, and after high school I went to do public administration in Umtata. That's where I joined other groups. We used to go for concerts that used to start from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. We would sing the whole night. And from there, the teacher, the person who was representing TSA in Umtata vanished with our fees when we paid for our last year, the third year.
No.
He vanished, and there are blessings in disguise, because for me, I wanted to study music in the first place, but my parents didn't believe. They used to stay in Joburg. They never believed in me being a musician.
Wow.
So they kept trying ways and means for me to be kept away from music. So on the third year, when this guy vanished, they tried to find me a job at a furniture store, and that didn't work out. Finally, they said, okay, go to Joburg. We know Joburg. That's why we didn't want you to go there. Yeah. You can go. Then I finally came here, and I studied music. And as I was studying, my former lecturers used to take me out for the first one take me to Japan for a cultural exchange. The other one introduced me to Tshepo for backing vocals. Wow. And I was also a residential backing singer at the recording of the documentary for Sophia Town.
Oh, wow.
And that's when I was discovered by my former record label, Native Rhythms.
Now, you've also sang alongside some incredible singers like, Chaka Khan, India Aria. So, I mean, wow, you've had such an amazing, amazing career. But then you met a man and you fell in love. How did you meet your husband?
We met in church. It was in 1999 when I had recently came from the Eastern Cape. And we had a fast at church, and he came during the day when we were having a discussion. And that's when we met, and sometime we disconnected until we met again in 2005. And we started dating from then. And in 2011, we got married, and the rest is history.
And then how soon after that did you have children? You've got 2 boys, hey?
Yes, I've got 2 boys. We got married in 2011, and in 2013, I had my firstborn. In 2014, I had a secondborn.
Yeah, why did you decide to take a break, I suppose, from the spotlight and music and focus on family, as opposed to doing both?
I didn't really plan to take a break. I used to say to people, I believe it was God's plan for me to just focus on my family, because as artists or musicians, we don't really take time to say, now I'm going to focus on my family, because our fans always want to see us. So I thank God that happened, because after releasing the 3rd album with EMI and getting married in 2011, and the album was released in 2010, I saw things taking another turn, and it
wasn't working for you.
Yes.
Something that I found so beautiful and something that I respect about you, like you can't believe, is all the philanthropic work that you do. So you're not only the mother of your own children, but you do so much for so many other people. And it's undocumented. You don't tell people about it. There aren't any photographs, flashing all of this work that you do for charities. You're the silent soldier, doing it all for people without wanting any glory for yourself. Will you tell us about some of the charity work that you do?
There are child-headed homes in Gelexdal in the East Rand. I thought, why not go and give support, because as much as I grew up with my grandparents, I didn't grow up with my mother. She was a teacher far away from home. I never saw her very often as I wanted. And I didn't grow up with my father. I know him, but I grew up with my mother's family. So I think it's in my heart. I don't like seeing other people suffer. And I used to think that I love girls, but God blessed me with boys. And now I really, yes, generally I care about people, whether you are a mother, you are older than me or younger, I care about people in general. And as a result, in the albums that I have released previously, I have unintentionally spoken about the abuse of women and children, how we should take care of our kids and protect them and nurture them because we are raising the future.
Sure.
And
as two boys, I think you're raising two little boys who are going to be men one day. What do you think is the most important lesson that you want to impart with them and share with them and teach them?
To answer that question, I wrote a song recently. It's called Song for Men. I believe that there are men who have grown and who are still growing in environments where abuse of women and children and substance is just a normal thing. There's nothing else they know except doing that. And now I was sitting and I thought, why can't we as people in general be these role models that we never had? Let's be the fathers that we never saw in our lives so that we can turn things around. And the way we raise our children, let it be a way, especially boys, because God gave boys or men a responsibility of being the heads in their families. So why not take care of them and create those fathers that we needed when we were young, so that things may turn around.
You're a glorious, glorious woman. Thank you so much for all of the work that you're doing and for your beautiful, beautiful talent. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
You're beautiful.